push your limits and conquer your dream. You were not born to be average. You were not built to play safe. Stay small and die unknown. This world is not going to hand you your dream. It's going to test you, break you, push you to the edge, and laugh while doing it. But that's the point. Because nothing great is handed out for free. You must bleed for it, burn for it. Fight like your soul depends on it. The truth is brutal. Most people never touch even a fraction of their potential because they built a life around comfort, not conquest. They've trained themselves to fear hard work, to pull back when it gets tough, to run from challenge instead of running toward it. But not you. Not if you truly want to change everything. If you're going to conquer your dreams, you better start acting like someone who's willing to go where weak people won't. The road to your dreams is built with sacrifice, repetition, late nights, early mornings, and relentless action taken in silence while the rest of the world is asleep. It's paved with discipline, so aggressive it feels like war against your old self. There are no handouts here, no shortcuts, no luck, only fire, pressure, and the absolute refusal to quit. You have to push your limits, not once, not twice, but every single day until the very idea of limits is offensive to you. You have to stretch your mind until self-doubt has no place to hide. You have to crush your excuses, burn your fears, and execute with violence. And here's the truth. No one wants to say out loud, your dream doesn't care how tired you are. It doesn't care how hard your life is. It only responds to your hunger, your consistency, your willingness to go deeper than anyone else would dare to go. So the only question that matters now is this: how far are you willing to go? Here are your 5 aggressive, unrelenting strategies to help you push your limits and conquer your dreams. 1, embrace pain like it's the price of entry. Pain is the gate, the wall, the barrier between the life you have and the life you want. And every single dream worth chasing has one thing in common. It demands you bleed for it. It demands sacrifice. It demands suffering. It demands suffering. And until you come to terms with that, until you make peace with pain and start to crave it, you will live a life of regret, not legacy. The truth is, most people will never get close to their potential because they've been brainwashed into believing pain is a problem. They think the moment something hurts physically, emotionally, spiritually, it's a sign to stop, to slow down, to back off. But pain isn't a red light. It's a green light. It's life's brutal but honest way of saying, E is the way, keep going. Understand this, pain is not your punishment. It is your path to power. It is not your enemy, it is your initiation. And the people who run from pain, they're the ones who end up running from everything. Commitment, responsibility, excellence. But the ones who rise, the ones who dominate, they do one thing differently. They walk into the fire. They welcome the discomfort. They expect the suffering, and they build themselves inside it. You need to train your brain to love the burn. When your legs are shaking, when your heart is pounding, when your mind is screaming or quit, that's not your weakness. That's your opportunity. Most people turn away when it hurts. You turn in. Most people shut down when they feel pressure. You level up because you know something they don't. Pain is proof that progress is happening. And it's not just physical. The emotional pain, the rejection, the loneliness, the heartbreak of not being understood or believed in. When no one claps, when no one texts you back, when your name is left out of the conversation, that's your moment to build something untouchable inside of you, to forge a soul that doesn't depend on outside validation, but thrives on inner warfare. Every champion has walked through the dark. Every legend has been broken down, and every real dream has a price tag paid in pain. So ask yourself, how bad do you want it? Bad enough to bleed? Bad enough to sweat through exhaustion? Bad enough to show up after failure? After betrayal, after everything inside you say down? If the answer is yes, then stop avoiding the suffering and start using it. Turn it into your advantage. When others complain, you push. When they whine, you work. When they stop, you sprint. Because you're not soft. You're not average. You're not built for excuses. You're built for war. So the next time it hurts, smile. That's your proof. That's your fire. That's your advantage. Because the moment you start to embrace pain, like it's your destiny, the world stops being able to stop you. You become the rare breed that doesn't break under pressure, but gets stronger. The one who doesn't fold, but multiplies in force. Pain is the price of greatness, and you're here to pay in full. 2, burn the backup plan. If you're serious about conquering your dreams, then burn the bridge that leads back to comfort. Burn the excuses. Burn the plan B. Burn the safety net that you keep clean to adjust in case it doesn't work out. Because the second you give yourself an option to fail, you've already told your mind it's okay to fall short. You've already planted the seed of surrender. But dreams don't bow to hesitation. They don't yield to people who hope it works. Dreams are conquered by those who refuse to give themselves a way out. Because to them, there is no other option. It's win or die trying. This world is filled with too many people who flirt with success but never commit. They say they want to change, say they want to win, but they're still holding hands with their fears, still sleeping next to their comfort zone. And every time things get hard, they run back to the old life, back to the old job, back to the old job, back to the old habits. Why? Because they never truly decided. They never went all in. And that's why they stay stuck in a loop, starting, quitting, over and over again until they've wasted years. But you're not here to be another almost story. You're not here to taste potential and then spit it out. You're here to swallow it whole and never look back. Burn the backup plan because it's the enemy of urgency. When your brain knows there's an escape hatch, it never gives 100%. It calculates. It holds back. It saves energy just in case. But when you remove that hatch, when you say, this is it, I'm either going to win or I'm going to die in the process, then something flips. Your mind sharpens. Your hunger doubles. You stop playing like it's a game and start moving like it's life or death. Because it is. Don't just chase your goals with hope. Attack them with fury. Lock the door behind you. Throw away the key. Let everyone laugh. Let them doubt. Let them doubt. Let them tell you to have a plan B. You don't need one because you're not betting on chance. You're betting on discipline, obsession, and relentless action. And when your back is against the wall, when there's no one left to save you, you will rise. Not because you're lucky, but because you never gave yourself the option to do anything else. You don't get to conquer your dreams while still keeping one foot in the life that makes you feel safe. You have to step out, all the way out. You have to risk it. You have to sacrifice the fallback to make the future real. Because until you burn the backup plan, you'll always have a reason to quit when things get heavy. Go all in. Bear everything on yourself. Burn the bridge. And then build the empire that only people with no exit strategy ever get to create. 3. Make discomfort your new normal if you want to break limits. If you want to conquer dreams that terrify ordinary men, then you need to do something most people refuse to do. You need to make discomfort your home. You need to stop craving ease and start craving challenge. Because nothing great is ever born in comfort. Nothing legendary has ever been created by a man who avoided the fire. You either lean into the pressure or you back away and join the millions who die with dreams still locked inside them. Comfort is the drug that kills more ambition than failure ever will. It whispers, take a break when you should be pushing. It says you've done enough when you barely scratch the surface. It feeds you temporary pleasure and robs you of long-term power. And the worst part is you don't even see it happening until it's too late, until years have passed, until you look in the mirror and realize you're still the same man doing the same weak things and wondering why nothing in your life has changed. Making discomfort your new normal means waking up early when your body screams for sleep. It means putting in reps when your arms shake, when your lungs burn, when your mind begs you to stop. It means facing hard conversations, chasing terrifying goals, and pushing past every imagined boundary you thought you had. It means putting your pride on the line, risking embarrassment, and grinding while the world laughs because you'd rather suffer now than regret later. You have to stop treating discomfort like an enemy. It's not. It's the only honest mirror. When it shows up, it reveals your weakness, your doubt, your fears, and most people run from that reflection. But if you're serious about rising, about pushing past the average, the mediocre, the mundane, you run straight toward it. You make it part of your identity. You become the man who doesn't fold when it gets heavy, who doesn't retreat when it gets loud. You become the man who grows stronger every time pressure hits because you condition your soul to get tougher, not softer. Understand this? Your body, your mind, your potential, they are forged in pain. Every great version of you is on the other side of struggle. Every breakthrough you want is buried beneath the weight you refuse to lift. So carry it, embrace it, invite it into your life like a coach, not a curse. Let discomfort sculpt you into the kind of man who no longer flinches at resistance but hunts it. From now on, if you feel comfortable, take it as a warning. That's not where greatness grows. That's where it dies. But if you feel stretched, tired, uncertain, good. That means you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Keep going. Grind through it and watch the man you become because of it. 4, break what's holding you back before it breaks you. There's something deep down, hidden beneath your habits, your fears, your excuses that's holding you back. Maybe it's a voice. Maybe it's a past failure. Maybe it's a belief someone planted in you years ago that you were never enough. Whatever it is, it's become a weight shackle to your potential. And as long as you refuse to break it, it will break you. Maybe not all at once, maybe not dramatically, but slowly, quietly, day by day, it will suffocate your growth, stall your progress, and murder your dreams. You can't push your limits if you're dragging chains you pretend aren't there. You can't conquer anything if you haven't first declared war in the version of you that plays small. You want to grow? Then face the truth. Something inside you needs to die. The lazy you, the insecure you. The undisciplined, unmotivated, approval-seeking version of you that's still begging for comfort and hiding from confrontation. Kill it. Not politely, not gradually. Kill it with fire and rage. This means doing the hard work of self-confrontation. It means calling out your patterns, your distractions, your addictions. It means holding yourself accountable for every minute you waste scrolling, every excuse you use to avoid discipline, every time you choose what's easy over what's right. Because if you don't break those things, they will break your future. Replace your old narratives with new standards. You don't want to try anymore. You train. You don't hope. You execute. You don't wish. You grind. That's how you break what's held you back. By building a new identity brick by brick with fire in your eyes and blood in your knuckles. There's no breakthrough without breakdown. No success without sacrifice. If you're not willing to destroy the parts of you that keep you weak, then prepare to live with the consequences. You'll never know how far you could have gone. You'll never know how high you could have climbed. So rip off the restraints. Burn the old playbook. Break the damn limits. Because until you do, you'll always be fighting with one hand tied behind, here to be half of anything. You're here to be unstoppable. But you can't be unstoppable if you keep dragging around the dead weight of the past. Let it go. Crush it. Then walk forward unapologetically, unchained, unstoppable. 5, obsess over the dream like it's the only thing that matters if you want to conquer your dream. There's no room for balance. There's no space for casual commitment. You can't treat your goal like an option and expect to treat you like a priority. If you want it, really want it, you have to obsess over it like it's the very air you breathe, like it's oxygen, and without it, you're dying. Because that's what it takes. Not dabbling, not dipping your toe in when it's convenient, but full, relentless, irrational, all-consuming obsession. Obsession isn't a weakness. It's a weapon. It's the fire that burns longer than motivation, deeper than discipline. It's what keeps you locked in while everyone else is distracted. While they're partying, scrolling, relaxing, or sleeping, you're building, you're sharpening, you're hunting. You're hunting. Obsession means your dream is not just something you hope for. It's something you're willing to suffer for. You're not just interested, you're invested. Completely, permanently. When you're obsessed, you stop needing validation. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. You stop begging for support or permission or praise. Why? Because the dream is loud enough. It's bigger than fear, bigger than doubt, bigger than rejection or loneliness. Obsession transforms you into a different kind of beast. One who doesn't quit when it hurts, but grinds harder. One who doesn't need applause because the mission is its own reward. This is the part most people would never understand. They'll call you crazy. They'll say you're too intense, too focused, too unbalanced, but let them. Because while they waste their lives protecting comfort, you're chasing greatness. While they take breaks, you build empires. While they seek ease, you conquer resistance. And when they wake up years later, wondering where their time went, you'll be standing on a mountain they never had the guts to climb. The dream is yours, but only if you treat it like your life depends on it. Wake up thinking about it. Work for it until your hands bleed. Go to sleep planning your next move. Let your obsession take over your identity. Because if you're not willing to go that deep, you don't want it bad enough. Don't just dream. Dominate the dream. Bleed for it. Breathe for it. Burn for it. Obsession is the price, and greatness is the reward. Let this truth sear itself into your mind. You are not made for mediocrity. You are not born to live a life of regrets, distractions, and comfort. You were not put on this earth to float through your days, scrolling endlessly, talking endlessly, talking endlessly, complaining endlessly. You were built for war. You were built for fire. And deep down, you know it. You feel it. That tension in your chest when you're settling. That unrest in your soul when you're standing still. That's not anxiety. It's your potential screaming to be unleashed. It's your dreams pounding at the door you keep locking. And that door, it only opens through pressure, through sacrifice, through pain, through obsession. This life doesn't hand greatness to the interested, the comfortable, the half committed. It bows only to those who are willing to go to war with themselves every single day and refuse to be conquered by weakness, doubt, or fear. If you want to conquer your dreams, you don't tiptoe toward them. You hunt them. You burn for them. Understand this. Your limits are not real. They are lies your lazy mind tells you to keep you safe. Safe from discomfort. Safe from failure. Safe from judgment. For safety is death to a man with a dream. You don't need safe. You need pressure. You need the weight. You need the struggle. Because pressure builds diamonds. Fire forges steel. And pain creates legends. Most people will never understand what it takes to live with that kind of hunger. They'll call it man. They'll call it man. Because when their lives collapse under the weight of regret, yours will rise from the ashes of discipline. Let the world sleep while you grind. Let the world laugh while you bleed. Let the world doubt while you build. Because one day soon, they will stare in silence at the life you built from nothing but pain, purpose, and relentless pursuit. So push your limits. Break them if you must. And once they're broken, push harder. You weren't made to be average. You were made to rise, to fight, to conquer, to conquer. This is your life. This is your time. This is your war. So go all in or stay forgotten. No retreat, no excuses, no limits, only conquest.